Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. We are here with episode 29 of the Winnipeg Jets franchise mode. And if you guys missed out on the last one, we finished the season going 48, 24, and 10. We finished the year quite slow, 3-5-2, but we are here in the playoffs. We were what were we, like the 4th or 5th seed or something like that in the entire league. We were the second in our division. We were the 4th best team in the entire league, and we are playing the 11th place St. Louis Blues. So let's take a look at their lines real quick just to refresh our memories, and then we'll start up the simulation. Before we do that, we have a couple of comments that we have to go through. First up from Alexander, who says, beautiful, beautiful episode. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much, Alex. And then he has some pro scouting suggestions. He's got 4 of them, so let's go through them real quick. Number 1, while Wallstedt and Lindell were great additions, Tomasino disappointed quite a bit. He's not been a big point getter historically, but if he struggles in the playoffs, we should look to ship him off at the draft, and I completely agree with that. No need to change the lines going into the playoffs, but if we lose a couple of games, try to switch up these lines accordingly, and I will definitely do that. Number 2, there shouldn't be any more deference given to Scheifele. He had a team worst plus minus this season and was scratched in the playoffs last year because he was so bad, and I definitely agree. Scheifele, he's getting into that older age. We don't really need to be relying on him too much in this one. He's not on the power play, and he won't be promoted if there's any injuries or anything like that, so don't worry about that, Alex. Number 3, we're going into extension talks now. Alex thinks we should extend Holloway for 2 to 3 years and Brendan Coe for 1 year because they're both young. They might be able to grow 1 or 2 overall, maybe, and they have decent defense. They help us out quite a bit back there on those 3rd and 4th lines. And then number 4, since neither Barker or Patrick are medium elites, so they don't have that guaranteed growth, we should sign them to prove-it type deals, bridge deals for 3 or 4 years to retain their RFA rights, and then if they grow, they can deserve their long-term extensions, but if they don't, then we can ship them off like we did to either Lucius or Lambert, because then they become good trade assets. And then he just says the same should be applied to Matt Svensson as well. And thank you for the great episode. Well, it's my pleasure, my friend. And just one quick note about the extensions is I did actually sign, I think I signed an extension to, where is he? Hang on one quick second here, boys. Melvin Barker, yeah. He's actually signed a 2-year deal at 1.675 mil. I remember getting that in this offseason. So we do have Melvin Barker locked up for the next 3 years, 2 years after this one. A little bit shorter time frame than what Alex suggested, but still just the same type of thing, a bridge deal. It makes sense. He wouldn't want to go 8 years or something like that when he's only 22 and he's still growing, so I definitely think that's a totally fair deal. The other deal that we can look at is Matt Svensson will be up next year, I think. In 2 years actually. But where is Elliot Patrick? Also in a couple of years, so we don't have to worry about him quite yet. And Melvin Barker is signed on there. Gabriel Velarde is still looking at his contract, and all these other guys down here. One more comment here from Fresh, who just gives us some good luck going into the playoffs. Hopefully his team can have a deep run, and we will take all the good luck that we can get. Fresh, thank you for those kind words. But before we get started, let's take a quick look at the St. Louis lines just to refresh our memories from the last episode here. So they've got a amazing top 6, and they have especially amazing top line, and then Zachary Bolduc and Jaden Almond. These guys, I'm quite worried about their top 5 for sure. 3rd line is looking decent as well. Pretty good depth down here with Neighbors, Otto Stenberg, and Parasek. They were all minus players in their last playoff run, but I think, hang on a second, 1 second, boys. Okay, so I actually can't look at it now, but I am certain that Jaden Almond was a Conn Smythe winner in their last playoff run. So in 2028-29, these guys went all the way to the Cup final, and I'm pretty sure that Jaden Almond won the Conn Smythe. So I think these guys have a Stanley Cup. Much like us, we have one Stanley Cup. I believe the St. Louis Blues also have one. So this is an experienced team. These guys have all been here before. On defense, though, this is where we can really strike. They have Jonas Siegenthaler, but then he's paired up with Matthew Virgilio, right? So a 79 29 overall. We crushed them on our first line. We crushed them on our second line as well with Josh Morrissey and Liam Carlson instead of their Michael Buschinger. And then their third line, we also absolutely destroy. And then in goal, looking fairly even. So I'm mostly worried about their top two lines. And other than that, I think we can have a real good chance at this one, boys. So we're going to get started with the simulation, but before we do that, first of all, videos come out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, so if you're new to the channel, yes, let's come back every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday and see if you like what you see, or maybe hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, you know what you guys have to do. You've been on YouTube forever. But either way, this video is going to be about an hour and 45 minutes in length, give or take 15 or so minutes. And the reason why I do that is because it keeps you guys on your toes. You know, when I used to watch franchise mode, the thing that I hated the most was seeing episode whatever 13 playoff run, right? And it's a 20-minute video. Well, I can't get hype. I can't get excited. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just going to watch him get, ousted in the first round in 5 games or whatever. So I make it an hour and 45 minutes so that you guys have no idea how long we're going to be. We could go to the Stanley Cup Finals like a couple of years ago, or like last year, we could be out in 6 games, right? So, or I think it was 5 games maybe, actually. No, I don't remember. Either way, we can be out in the first round, or we can go all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. So sit back, relax, enjoy the gameplay, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, whatever you guys are feeling today, and let's jump into this one. We have home ice advantage in round 1. We are definitely not the underdog, though we do have a young team, so let's all take a deep breath and let's get this playoff started here. Up against the St. Louis Blues, let's see what we can do in the first period, and that's going to be a 4-2 lead for us as Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers, and Melvin Barker make it 3-0. Then Jaden Allman gets 2 on Jesper Wallstedt before Philip Tomasino, who we have our eyes on Philip Tomasino big time. He gives us the 2-goal lead once again. So good offense there, but I do want to see Jesper Wallstedt shut it down a little bit for the second period. So let's do it, boys. Let's get out there and shut down this game. Second period, okay, 6-3. Matt Svensson gets a power play goal, and then Dylan Holloway also scores one right in front of the net there on Alexander Georgiev before Jaden Allman gets his third of the game, his hat trick out there. I know the third period is underway. I'm quite scared because, oh my gosh, Jaden Allman, we cannot stop this guy. Luckily, our offense is coming through as Allman has scored all 4 goals for this St. Louis Blues team, and that's a terrifying sight. Then Lindstein gets 1 on Jesper Wallstedt, and this is a game here. Game's not over. 5-on-3. Penalty killers go to work for that one at least, and with 2 minutes remaining, it looks like we're safe in game number 1, but there's 12 goals that go in total. So that is not a typical playoff game whatsoever out there, man. Josh Morrissey had a 4-point night. Only one person was a minus. That's fine. I mean, Morrissey with 4 points, Connor with 4 points, Perfetti with 2, Barker with 2, Svensson with 2. I mean, how many people didn't chip in? There's a couple, 5, 6 or 7 people didn't have any points, but holy cow, what a first game. 7-5 is the final score. Jaden Allman had 4, count them, 4 goals. We got to find a way to shut this guy down. Kyle Connor with 4 points, Josh Morrissey also with 4 points, but we desperately need to find a way to shut Jaden Allman down. So I'm not exactly like, okay, and Gabriel Velarde decides to renew a contract. Thank you very much, Gabriel Velarde, for that team-friendly contract that he's on. So we're up 1-0 in the series, right? A win is a win no matter how it goes down, but I'm not exactly too pleased with that defensive performance as we enter Canada Life Center once again for game number 2 here. Let's keep that puck out of the net in this one, boys. All right, what do you say? First period, 1-1. Okay, Jonas Siegenthaler scores, but then Shane Pinto gets one past Georgiev. That is a little bit better there. Shots in our favor once again after 1. Second period now, 3-3. Oscar Olesen scores. Philip Tomasino ties it up. Then Jaden Allman scores his 5th of the series, and then Elliot Patrick ties it up. That third line has all 3 goals for us. All right, going into the third period, I want to see some top 6 offense here, boys. as the third period is underway. And there's Nikolai Ehlers who answers the call. 84 overall, like 33, 34 years of age. Nikolai Ehlers, who is dropping off in the overall, but his production is still up there. And then there's Elliot Patrick, the young kid. Okay, I like, see, man, this team is so exciting to commentate and watch at the same time, because we've got young kids like Elliot Patrick, who's about to get a natural hat trick, alongside of 34-year-old Nikolai Ehlers, or however old he is, and that is a 6-3 victory in game number 2. Shots in our favor, score in our favor once again, and we can definitely score at least, so that is something that I definitely like to see. And Elliot Patrick gets a hat trick in what was it, only his second playoff game. I just realized that, his second NHL playoff game, and this guy scores a hat trick in it. Maybe he's a playoff performer for us. And Philip Tomasino also looking a bit like a playoff performer, as he put in 5 points. Oof, that third line. They were going crazy in that one. Up 2-0 in the series. Let's not get complacent. I am definitely happy that we can put the puck in the back of the net, it looks like, against the St. Louis Blues team, but also we're giving up quite a few goals. So if we can shut the door here, if Jesper Wallstedt can steal one for us, I definitely like our chances going into the rest of the series. But here we are, game number 3 in St. Louis. Let's get this first period underway, and that's 1-2-1. Jordan Kyrou scores, and then that first line, Melvin Barker, gets one with 1 minute left as well. So hopefully we can take some of that momentum going into the second period here. Let's shut down that second line of the St. Louis Blues, and specifically Jaden Allman. Let's hope that by me calling out his name, he doesn't get a hat trick in this period. Here we go. Second period, 3-2. Okay, Liam Karlsson gets his first playoff goal of his career. Then Pavel Buchnevich scores, and then who else but Jaden Allman gets them up within 1. Their first lead of the series, I believe. Actually, yeah, maybe. And Jaden Allman's like 6th goal or something insane like that. So we're going to need a good effort here if we're going to want to come back in this game, but I know we can do it. We've been able to score, and there's Matt Svensson, who gets one to tie us at 3. That is a huge goal, one of the biggest of his career, his very, very young career, his first year in the NHL, and he had like 60-something points. He's likely the Calder winner, and there's Gabriel Velarde, his line mate, putting one in past Georgiev as well, and Georgiev is crumbling big time on the biggest stage of the NHL, and oh boy, with that victory, we take a 3-0 lead in the series. Gabriel Velarde on Alex Georgiev out there. The 3 stars are all St. Louis Blues, but that score is in our favor, and we are just rolling here, boys. No need to make any changes whatsoever. How's the rest of the rounds look? Everybody tied at 2-1 over there in the East. Out here in the West, the Oilers are up over the Wild, the Vancouver Canucks over the Avs, and the Calgary over Anaheim. So going into the 4th game, I mean, I don't know if we've ever, and I mean ever, had a sweep in this series. Sorry, in this franchise mode is what I meant. I mean, I think we've had some 3-0 leads before that have dwindled to like game 7s or game 6s. So I would absolutely adore if we could put away the St. Louis Blues here in 4. That would be huge. Didn't mean to rhyme that right there, but I'll take it nonetheless. So game 4, we've still got Wallstedt in the net. We've still got the same offensive lines. We're in St. Louis. Let's put them away in front of their home ice. And let's do this the right way here, boys. First period, okay, 0-0. Finally, these teams decide to show up defensively. Both coaches are going to be happy with that one at least, but I want some goals. Second period now, 1-0 for St. Louis, and guess who it is? Oh my god, this guy's insane, bro. Jaden Allman with another shorthanded goal. This guy is literally carrying their entire team on his back right now. He's doing everything. Okay, but going into this one, you've got to think that we can put one in, because we've been able to score in every single game. We've been able to score big. There's Gabriel Velarde with his 2nd goal of the playoffs, his 2nd goal of this series as well. And now is crunch time, boys. Tied 1-1, 4 minutes remain. Both teams are holding their sticks incredibly tight as we go to overtime. Let's jump in. And here we are, boys, in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. We are going to be looking to put this one away here as Kyle Connor comes over the blue line. I could strip from him, though, and I will just be cutting to all the highlights. As you guys know, there's Kyle Connor once again. Here's Zach Werenski to Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor now past his defender, over to Barker, shot. Big save by their goaltender, though. There's Melvin Barker, another shot opportunity that goes wide, and then Cole Perfetti with the one-timer, and Georgiev, I forgot their goaltender's name for a second, but Georgiev gonna hang on to that one. Velarde wins that draw, over to Shepard, who rings that off the post. Now Matt Svensson, Nikolai Ehlers in the slot, keep it Velarde. We have that full pressure now, they're doomed. Nikolai Ehlers over to Shepard, shot, big save by Alex Georgiev here. Here's Bolduc. Zachary Bolduc with it. Wow! What the heck? Zachary Bolduc just winds up and takes a clean wrister that finds its way past Jesper Wallstedt. And St. Louis is going to take game number 4 at home to push this series to 5. What a horrible goal for Jesper Wallstedt to allow. But we're up 3-1 in the series. Let's try to close it out here in game number 5. Alright, boys, so that was a rough one right there. Zachary Bolduc just wound up and sniped that one past, straight past, what's his name, Wallstedt there. So I'm a bit disappointed in that, but hey, we're up 3-1 in the series. The only other team that's gone through is the Edmonton Oilers over the Minnesota Wild. Colorado has made a comeback out there over in the East. Florida's up over Montreal, Ottawa over the Caps, Detroit over Toronto, Carolina over the Islanders. So let's get through the St. Louis Blues team right here, right now, on home ice. EA, don't do this to me. I swear to goodness. Please do not do this to me. We're in Canada Life Center. We've put on a show for the home fans. Let's do it once again. First period. Oscar Olsen gets 2, Jaden Allman gets 1, and that second line, we cannot seem to slow them down. Come on, boys, I need big-time offense. Second period now. Oh my god, don't do this to me. And Jaden Allman gets another hat trick. Okay, this game's over, and that's horrible. This is so bad. We just got embarrassed in front of our home ice fans. Cole Perfetti at least breaks the shutout, but I do not like seeing this whatsoever, man. We take a 3-0 lead, and now after those 2 games, it's 3-2. Now it's a series. Now we have to worry about this next game. Do I make line changes, even though we dominated them in games 1, 2, and 3? Do I go out and make line changes? I don't know, man. 3 stars of the night. Jaden Allman with 4 points. Georgiev makes 36 saves. Oscar Olsen with 2 points. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't think I make changes here. I think, what if we lose this next game? Then it's game 7. Then do I make a change in game 7? Oh man, I'm seriously considering putting Hellebuck in the net. And I know you guys are thinking, what the heck? Why Hellebuck? That makes no sense whatsoever. And you might be right. I don't know, man. First line's a plus. How's the third line doing? Third line was great in the first couple of games. Haven't really had many points since, but Philip Tomasino's doing his thing. Brendan Coe, the fourth line is okay. They're not hurting us too badly, but I don't know, man. Defensively, what about Zach Werenski's a -3, Joel Shepard's a -2, but the second line is doing great, and the third line is doing great. Okay, so let's switch up the defensive pairings. What about what about like Josh Morrissey back up to that first line? And then we get Joel Shepard, Liam Carlson on the second line, huh? Because these are lines that we've gone with before. Joel Shepard comes down, defensive defenseman, offensive defenseman. On the first line, we have offensive defenseman, two-way defenseman. And then that third line is still doing their thing. Okay, I think that might be a little bit better. And goaltending, Jesper Wallstedt has really not been playing well. I might consider, just for this game, putting Hellebuck in. Maybe he can steal us a game with his 90 poise. And if he can't, we go back to Wallstedt for game 7. I know it sounds crazy, but I think I have to do it. Because give Hellebuck the chance to steal us a game. At the same time, we're going to give Jesper Wallstedt a little bit of a reprieve after he allowed 6 goals in that last game. Other than that, I mean, the 5-on-5 lines look fine to me. I don't really want to go Barker. But Barker's been good on that first line. I mean, 3 points is not the crazy. Svensson has 5 points in 5 games. Do we go Barker for Svensson? It also gives us more chemistry on both lines. But yeah, maybe I don't know, man. I think we just keep it for now. Maybe we can go Tomasino either on the second or first line for next game if it happens. But I'm gonna go with Hellebuck in the nets, make that slight change to defense, and let's see if we can stop Jaden Allman from getting another hat trick on us. Because I mean, Allman alone has like 8 goals or something, 9 goals in this series. It's crazy out here. So Wallstedt allowed 5 in this game, he allowed 3 in this game, he allowed 3 in this one, then 2, then 6. So he hasn't been great. So going to Hellebuck is not the end of the world, I don't think. So here we go. Game number 6. We're in St. Louis. You know that building is going to be absolutely rocking because they're going to think that they can come back from being down 3-0. So come on, boys. Let's go out. Let's start strong. We have Hellebuck between the pipes. First period. 1-1. Okay, Elliot Patrick scores on that third line. And then Buschinger, of course, the 79 overall defenseman, gets one past Connor Hellebuck. Shots fairly even. Score is even going into the second period. Let's go here, boys. Second period. 3-1 for Winnipeg. That's what I'm talking about. As Elliot Patrick gets a power play goal. And then Brendan Coe, the guy who I was thinking, maybe we take him out. No, I keep him in the lineup, and he blasts one past Alexander Georgiev, and now we have a 2-goal lead going into the third period. They say the 2-goal lead is the worst league in hockey, and we know that better than most teams here, boys. We got a new head coach because Fresh was telling me about how, maybe we keep blowing leads because our coach doesn't have it, man. He doesn't have a good style to help keep the pucks out of the net. So here we go into the third period. Let's see if we can keep that out of the net. There's Elliot Patrick who gets one, his second of the game, I believe, and that just widens our lead even further. But here comes Jordan Kyrou, and the onslaught commences now. Now, this is exactly what happened in the Rangers-Florida game today, literally like an hour before I started recording this. Hang on, late power play. We kill it off. Going to the final minutes. Okay, thank goodness. And Hellebuck makes 24 saves to give us the win. But better than that, we had 44 shots in a game that we had to close out. We end up getting the win. The 3 stars of the night are Elliot Patrick with his hat trick, Jordan Kyrou 2 points, and Buschinger 1 goal. But yeah, literally an hour ago, I just watched Florida come back from a 4-2 lead in the third period. They blew it in overtime, but still, the lesson is there, boys. When you have a lead late in the game, you don't really necessarily want to just flip that puck out and let them come to you. You want to try to play in that offensive zone a little bit. And here we are. Round number 2 now, as we will take a quick look at the playoff tree. Just a quick one. The Avs beat Vancouver in 6 games. They were down 2-1 in the series, I think, so they came back from that to beat Vancouver in 6. Calgary beat Anaheim in 6, and the Oilers beat Minnesota in 5. Out in the East, we have Carolina versus Ottawa, and we have Detroit versus Florida. So the Battle of Alberta down there in the West. And up here, this is a battle that we know all too well. We've played these guys before. Let's take a quick look at their lines, and let's see what they're working with. Okay, this is very strange. So Matias Maccelli, he's got 5 points in 6 games. He's a +6. Thomas Novak, he's got 7 points in 6 games. Holy cow! And he has 9 points in 6 games. Wow. Mikko Rantanen has 5 goals, 1 assist in 6 games. I mean, these guys are tearing it up. But if we look, okay, I have to look at the scratch players because, yeah, okay, Nathan MacKinnon is on those roster, boys, and he played, wait, is this year? Hang on, I gotta do quantum mechanics to get this to work. No, he has not played a single playoff game this season, so he's been out the entire playoffs. I will check when he's coming back, but Nathan MacKinnon is out. Oh, I went to view lines. I guess while I'm out here, I can at least take a look at their injury report, see when he is supposed to get back. We obviously have a clean bill of health. I went to the AHL by accident. Colorado, Nathan MacKinnon's back. He's out. His separated shoulder, he is out for the entire playoffs. So I would say that's a huge win for us, but that means that first line is getting massive amounts of points even without Nathan MacKinnon out there. So Maccelli has 5, Thomas Novak has 9. He's channeling his inner Nathan MacKinnon. He drank the special stuff from Space Jam, and now Mikko Rantanen with 6 points as well. Their second line, Valeri Nichushkin, only 3 points, Maverick Bourque 4 points, and Emil Heineman 2 points. So I'm not too worried about that second line, nor am I that worried about this third line. Is anybody producing crazy? Nope. Third line doesn't seem too crazy. Cole Lind, Ross Colton, Trent Frederick, again. So their second, third, and fourth lines don't seem too threatening, but that first line, Thomas Novak, scares me for some reason, man. And then on defense, of course, it's Bowen Byram and Cale Makar, the dynamic duo out here that we see. They're always one of the best defensive pairs in hockey. Their second line now is Matthias Samuelsson and Lassie Thompson. I think our second line's a little bit better. And then the third line of Devon Taves and Yoni Yurmo, it's pretty similar to ours, to be fair. Looking at goaltenders, Logan Thompson, our goalie's a little bit better, but Logan Thompson is playing like an absolute beast. 936 save percentage, 2.13 goals against average. So I think this is going to be another offensive series here, boys. We've shown that we can put that puck in the nets, so we're going to have to do it once again here up against the Colorado Avalanche, who I believe were the President's Trophy winners, were they? Or was that the New York Rangers? I don't even remember, man. Let's take a quick look. They obviously were the top of our division. Yeah, they won the President's Trophy this year, so they know how to win, and they were probably one of the best teams at home as well, considering they've got that ball arena advantage. They've got the altitude, whatever you want to call it. But we are here in Colorado for game number 1 as the clock strikes midnight on April 30th. I don't know, boys. Okay, May 1st. Here we go. Game 1, round 2. The first time we've been to round 2 in, what, 2-3 years? Something like that. So here we are. Let's do this, boys. Up against the Colorado Avalanche. Let's try to make a run. And it all starts here. Them without Nathan MacKinnon is a huge blow. So let's try to take advantage of that. First period. 1-0 as Thomas Novak continues his dominating playoff run so far as he gets his 10th point right there. They only have 4 shots on goal, and one of them has gone in from a horrible angle. Who is in my net? It's Jesper Wallstedt. Might have to keep subbing him out for Connor Hellebuck here. Second period now. Can we come back? Okay, Mats Dahl ties us up, and then Mikko Rantanen on that first line once again are going to give them a 1-goal advantage, and the shots are heavily in our favor. We're out shooting them by 9, but they are outscoring us by 1 as this third period commences. Come on, boys. I need to see some fight in us as the power play. Yes, Melvin Burker scores on the power play, and we still have one going here late. Shots 40-21. We are doubling their shots almost in this game, and yet the score is even. Logan Thompson is standing on his head out there late in the third period. Can we get one? No, we cannot. And game 1 in Colorado is going to overtime. Here we are, boys. Cole Perfetti lining up against Thomas Novak for the opening faceoff of overtime here, as Josh Morrissey now going to take that puck into the zone, and he's going to dump it in. Mikko Rantanen over the blue line. Josh Morrissey is marking him. Oh, I went to the slot. What a pass for the Thomas Novak, but a good poke check there from Jesper Wallstedt, as Novak now with the puck shot tipped in front by Mikko Rantanen, who finds his 2nd goal of the game. It's his 7th, I believe, of his playoff run, and that means the Colorado Avalanche are going to take a 1-0 lead in this series. It was a quick goal. Let's get back to that locker room, boys. Okay, so we end up losing that game, but I must say I'm not too disappointed with how we played. Of course, I would have rather see an overtime W there instead of an OTL, but we outshot them by almost double. We had like 40-something shots, 43 shots, 44 shots, something like that, and they had like 22, 23, so I'm not too mad at our performance, but we do have to find a way to shut out that first line because they scored all 3 goals for them. Rantanen had 2, Thomas Novak had 1, so going into the second game here, it is imperative that we match up well against that first line. So here we go, boys, going into game number 2 now. First period, I need a big one here, boys. First period, and Colorado gets one. It's Yermo scoring on probably his countryman, Jesper Wallstedt there. I'm not sure if Yermo is Finnish or Swedish. Excuse my ignorance there, but either way, the Colorado Avalanche doesn't change the fact that they take a 1-0 lead. Shots still in our favor, though, but we cannot find a way past Logan Thompson. Let's go, boys. Kyle Connor, Cole Perfetti, where the heck are you guys for the second period? And it's 2-1. It's Joel Shepherd, the defensive defenseman, is scoring for me. But then Bowen Byram on the power play gets another one past Jesper Wallstedt. And once again, Logan Thompson is keeping the puck out of the net. 1 goal on 27 shots is absolutely unacceptable. We have to find a way past this guy here. Third period is underway, and Bowen Byram gets his 2nd of the game, man. Oh my goodness, I might have to wake these guys up with some line changes out here, because these lines just can't find the offense. Power play, at least we kill that off. Can we get one late here, boys? Can we get one late, or is Jesper Wallstedt going to shut us down? And Jesper Wallstedt, Logan Thompson. I wish Jesper Wallstedt was doing what Logan Thompson's doing, but Wallstedt still had a decent game out there. 3 stars of the night, or Logan Thompson makes 36 saves. Bowen Byram with 2 goals. Yermo with a goal and an assist. Okay, and it's time for line changes now, boys. Going back to Winnipeg, I have not seen too much production from our offense. Let's make some changes. Okay, boys, these are the lines I'm going with for game number 2. I think what's going wrong is Melvin Barker on a line with two other snipers. They're just not getting too much offense out there. I know Kyle Connor has 8 points. Cole Perfetti has 6 points. It's okay, but I want to see what they do with Tomasino as a playmaker on their lineup there. I know Tomasino's a +7 on the third line. They're doing great, but I need to find some offense elsewhere in this lineup. Melvin Barker then is going to drop to the second line. He's got 3 goals. Hopefully he can find some offense out here. I was also considering going Matt Svensson and Melvin Barker on the same line, get the playmaker with the sniper, but we do already have Nikolai Ehlers, who's a playmaker out here with the power forward and sniper combination. Then we'll go to the third line that started this year with Matt Svensson, Shane Pinto, and Elliot Patrick, and see if maybe Elliot Patrick can get some goals. He does have 6 goals on the year. Maybe we want to throw Elliot Patrick up here, or maybe we want to go Matt Svensson and Elliot Patrick on the same line, but give them more ice time. I've also taken Mark Scheifele out of the lineup for Alexei Protas instead. I know Alex is going to be happy with that move, at least, so I'll take that. Who takes the better faceoffs here? 77 to 80. Okay, so Dylan Holloway will be the faceoff guy, but do I get chemistry the other way? No, I don't. And then on defense, I'm going to keep it how it is. I know it sounds insane, but I mean, these lines are working for the most part. The only line that I'd be willing to change is this third defensive pairing. But, I mean, do I really want to throw in the 82 overall Ethan Del Mastro instead of the 80 overall, sorry, the 79 overall Ethan Del Mastro instead of 80 overall Mats Dahl? Doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, again, I wouldn't be that opposed to it, but it's not a move that's going to break the bank, right? And then in goal, we're going to go with Connor Hellebuyck with this one. He had a great game the one game he came in. We went back to Wallstedt for the next 2, but Wallstedt has just not been getting it done. He hasn't had horrible games, but I just need to see a little bit more. So we're going with Connor Hellebuyck here for the next one. I just got to make sure that happens as I simulate to the next game. Okay, boys, so you know what they say. You're never in trouble until you lose on home ice. Hellebuyck is in here for game number 6. The lines have been changed. Out in the West, we've got Calgary taking a 2-0 lead over Edmonton, and 1-1 ties all around here in the East. So let's focus on our game. We're up against the President's Trophy winning Colorado Avalanche without Nathan MacKinnon, and we're down 2-0 in the series. So I'm going to need a big one. Hellebuyck, let's try to keep that puck out of the nets. I need 2 or fewer, preferably. In offense, you have to find a way past Logan Thompson. Here we go. First period. And that's what I'm talking about, boys. Brendan Coe on the 4th line and Shane Pinto on that new 3rd line. The line changes are coming through. Granted, I changed every line, so if we scored a goal, I could have been able to say that. But also the defense is doing well for us as well. Keep this up, boys. Second period now. 3-1. Okay, that's fine. Kyle Connor finds a goal. Maybe Philip Tomasino has an assist there. But then Mikko Rantanen, we cannot slow this guy down. And we have a 3-1 lead going into the 3rd period. This is classic Connor Hellebuyck stuff here, boys. 3rd period has started. Let's hope that Hellebuyck does not turn into the real version of himself up against the Avs in round number 1 of the real world as a power play happens. Maybe I shouldn't be dissing my own players, huh? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. What is that, like a 10-minute power play? Just hand them the game, Zebras. Why don't ya? Holy cow. But Hellebuyck is our best penalty killer out there, and he shows why we trust him in the playoffs, making 29 saves for a 3-1 win. Let's go, boys. 3 stars of the night, deservingly so. Hellebuyck gets a win. Shane Pinto with a goal, Kyle Connor with a goal as well, and I'm keeping these lines and I'm going straight back to Connor Hellebuyck as we fight back here in round number 2 out here. So let me just make sure Hellebuck's in the nets, because I think auto-rotate goalie's on, so he'd probably be changed around. Did Tomasino have a point out there? Yeah, I think he did, actually. Yeah, and he would have been changed around, but Hellebuyck going to be staying in that position up there. Game number 4 now, and every single series is 2-1 for their respective teams. As you see, Ottawa over Carolina, Detroit over Florida, and out here in the Battle of Alberta, Calgary is taking it forward now. Game 4 in Winnipeg, Canada Life Center. We've been great at home here in this playoffs. I believe we are, what are we? We're 3-1 now or so in these playoffs. No, we're 4-1. We won 2. We won our first 2 games. Then we lost, so that's 2-1. Yeah, we're 3-1 currently. Let's try to make it 4-1 here, boys. Up against the Avs. Let's go. Back at home, we have the exact same lineup going into game number 4. Let's do this thing. First period, and that's 2-2. Okay, Elliot Patrick scores the power play goal. Kyle Connor scores even strength, but then Matthias Michelli and Ross Colton tie us up as 4 goals go in 8 minutes and 9 seconds of the game. Shots are 8-7 as well. This is not a goaltending battle in this one. But if that's going to be the case, I kind of like our odds because they are without Nathan MacKinnon. So let's hope that our stars can show up here for this one. Second period, 4-3. Nice, boys. Good job. Kyle Connor gets his second of the night. Nikolai Ehlers finds his first with that new second line. And then Emil Heineman gets one on Connor Hellebuyck, which tied the game up before Ehlers put one past Logan Thompson. And in these last two games, we found a way to score some goals. But now, in the third period here, it's all about trying to keep that puck out of the net. We gotta keep the onslaught back as Esa Lindell finds his first goal of this playoff run. He's finally back here in Winnipeg, and he gets a huge goal. But then Cale Makar, he's going to score on Connor Hellebuyck. Cale Makar can score on pretty much anybody. It's not the end of the world there, Hellebuyck. You just got to shut it out one more. You need timely saves from your goaltender. You don't need to make every single save, but timely... No! And Cole Lind, just as I was hyping up Connor Hellebuyck's performance, Cole Lind is going to... Or is it Callan Lind? I don't even know what this guy's name is, and he smashes one past Hellebuyck, dude. Ugh. We have an 0-2 record in overtime. Let's try to change that, boys. I need a goal bad. Cole Perfetti, he's going to win that puck battle. And now Kyle Connor in space. Kyle Connor over to... Oh my gosh, Tomasino almost found Cole Perfetti on the side there. The second lines matching up against each other. So we lose that draw. Cale Makar now shot, but a block in front is going to mean that that's a penalty kill. The Jets take a tripping penalty here late. It's Nikolai Ehlers. How could you, my man? Oh, trying to block that shot, and he trips up Cale Makar in the process, and we've got to kill off 2 minutes. Heineman over to Bork. Bork now to Puljujärvi into the slot, and a Nichushkin shot saved by Hellebuyck. Another shot. Big saves from Connor Hellebuyck so far. Here's Blair Nichushkin. He has somebody backdoor, and he's going to find him. But Hellebuyck is there, and he makes a huge save for us. Here's Liam Carlson over to Cole Perfetti. Perfetti now. Perfetti finds Shane Pinto. Shane Pinto over to Lindell, and it's off the bar. Lindell hits that off the bar on the penalty kill. And now Liam Carlson backskating with his neon yellow skates. I didn't even realize that. Over to Nichushkin. Oh my goodness. And this, we just killed the penalty off now. We're back to even strength here. One-timer! Huge save, though, from Hellebuyck. Matias Michelli dangling nothing as our defensemen stay right in front of him. Just keep looking at his chest. Good save from Hellebuyck. Over there, Mikko Rantanen, another shot. Good save once again, though. And now they have that full pressure. Can we get this puck out, or will we be stuck in quicksand as EA intended? There's Thomas Novak shot. Rebound! And it's going to go in. Matias Michelli gives the Colorado Avalanche a 3-1 lead. And somehow, even without Nathan MacKinnon, these guys are dominating us. Well, boys, going into the next one, I think we've got to go back with Jesper Wallstedt. Hellebuyck, he had that good one game, but then after that, I mean, he was kind of nowhere to be found. That was a tough one there, letting in 6 goals. So we're going to go back to Wallstedt here. I know he doesn't have good numbers. I think Tomasino's okay to stay on that first line. He's a +9 with 7 points. I mean, Tomasino has shown up. There was a conversation about him in between the regular season and the postseason where we were like, yeah, maybe if he doesn't perform, because he only had 9 points in 37 games, he was a -2, but he has 7 points in 10 games now in the playoffs. This guy's a playoff performer with us, and it's his first time in the playoffs as well, so that's something to consider, and he's playing great for us. It's not his fault, man. Melvin Barker, 3 goals. Okay, you know what? I'm going to switch up Barker and Elliot Patrick, because Patrick has been shooting, man. He's got 8 points in 10 games. I'm also going to put Matt Svensson up there as well. We're going to go young kids only, all right? So we're going to go left, and you can play the right-hand side. Nikolai Ehlers and Melvin Barker will swap sides, yeah, and then we'll go Shane Pinto out there. Everybody else will stay the same. Excuse me as my voice starts to go here. We're going to go Josh Morrissey, Zach Werenski. Do we keep this? No, maybe we don't here, but this second line has been fantastic. Liam Carlson, who's got those neon yellow skates. What should we call? We gotta find a nickname for him. He's got yellow skates. Bumblebee, you know, from Transformers. He's yellow, obviously. I don't know. I gotta find something I like. The Reverse Flash, the Flash, Liam Carlson. He does have 90 speed. The Flash, well, I kind of like that. Okay, well, either way, we can workshop it. Mats Dahl, Esa Lindell out there. Joel Shepard is doing okay. It's just Zach Werenski's the only minus on the roster. Do I try to shield him with Joel Shepard and Josh Morrissey? Let's do this. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. Okay, I think that makes a little bit more sense because Zach Werenski's the big minus. Jesper Wallstedt, you are getting the chance, my friend. You were a young kid. Jesper Wallstedt, but you got to show up here when it matters. Against Colorado, they don't even have their big guns, and every single series except for the Edmonton-Calgary series is 3-1. So here we go, boys. It's do or die time. I'm somewhat happy with this playoff performance, although, you know, I would love to see us make this competitive, a 6 or 7 game series at least. So here we go. We're in Colorado. We have not had good success here this series so far, but let's change our fortune. First period. Yes, boys. 2-0 as Matt Svensson scores, and Cole Perfetti also gets one past Logan Thompson. That's what I'm talking about. Huge first period. Wallstedt, keep that up. Second period now. 3-1, okay. Cole Lynn gets one to make his team only down by 1, but then Kyle Connor, that first line is clicking with Philip Tomasino up there. I'm liking these line changes so far, boys. Third period is underway, and Valerian Shushkin is going to get his team within 1 very early. Now, Wallstedt, you have to shut it down, Wallstedt, but Mikko Rantanen on that deadly power play puts one past us, and now we have a tie game here with 10 minutes remaining. Power play for us, though. Power play for us, and it goes nowhere. Now power play for them. No, you have to kill. You have to kill. Okay, and we kill that off, but then Mikko Rantanen gets his second of the game, and with time dwindling, no, I have to jump in. I'm jumping in with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Let's go, boys. We desperately need a goal. Here we are, Joel Shepherd over to Brendan Coe. The fourth line's out there for some reason. I don't know why. Let's change up the lines. I don't care if it's, oh my gosh, EA, stop telling me how to coach my team. I don't care if it's on the fly. We have to get the first line out there, and it's Joel Shepherd, number 87, over to Josh Morrissey. Philip Tomasino now out there with that first line. Tomasino over to Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor shot. Huge save from Logan Thompson, though. We gotta call a timeout. Do we call a timeout though? Because our energy is good. I just need to pull the goalie, I think. Here we have an empty net situation out there. I probably shouldn't have pulled them instantly. I probably should have waited for us to get possession, but 1:26 on the clock. I mean, what do you say, man? I've got to try to do something here, and we lose the draw as Cale Makar comes down now. Step up. You have to step up. I have everything on completely aggressive. I have everything. Step up. Blocked shot from Josh Morrissey. Oh my gosh. Get this puck out, boys. Get this puck out. There we go. Everything is completely aggressive. Look at this. Full forecheck, full attack. So I don't know why they weren't forechecking when we didn't have the puck, but Cale Makar with it now. He's going to find Mikko Rantanen as my comms get even more frantic. Makar, once again, they're just wasting time in their own zone. His elite edges allow him to get around our players, and Thomas Novak has a straight line to the net, but a huge hit from, I don't know who that was, Philip Tomasino on Thomas Novak means we can get that puck back. In the slot, Cole Perfetti, he finds Kyle Connor. Oh, what a save! What a save from Logan Thompson. I don't believe this. Cole Perfetti, another shot. Kyle Connor now a shot. We don't get a whistle, and because Logan Thompson doesn't shut that down, and then Cale Makar. We don't step up on the play, and the Winnipeg Jets season looks to be over. Oh my gosh, so frantic. My commentary was horrible there, but the only thing that matters is we're probably out, boys, and Cale Makar solidifies it for his team like he has done so many times in the past. You can look at the hits leaders there, but at the end of the day, the only score that matters is the one at the bottom of your screen. Makar gets his second of the night, perhaps. And we just weren't good enough this year, boys. We just weren't good enough. We had a decent season getting to the second round, but we've got to find a way to push past. We've got to find a way to push past. We had a Stanley Cup win there a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now, 4 years ago maybe. But it's just not good enough. This mediocrity of being out in the first round. This year we progressed to being out in the second round. Maybe next year we get out in the third round. I don't know. But either way, Elliot Patrick also has yellow skates. We've got a full team of yellow, strange skates, huh? I think Matt Svensson has red skates. Matt Svensson is the Reverse Flash. Liam Carlson is the Flash, and Elliot Patrick is Wally, huh? What do you think? No. Either way, congratulations to Colorado as I'm spouting off nonsense here as the Avs win the second round and the Jets go home in 5, boys. Oof. That's a tough one. It was definitely a tough pill to swallow. We made some changes at the deadline. We brought in Tomasino. We brought in Wallstedt. But at the end of the day, once again, we have handshakes with the Colorado Avalanche, man. And these guys, they always seem to have the better of us. And Logan Thompson specifically, we could not find a way past him. Yeah, in the later games, we definitely did. But those first 2 games, he absolutely shut us down, and that's the difference there. If we win one of those, we get some confidence in ourselves. Maybe we think it's a bit of a series, but Logan Thompson shut us down in those first 2 games. And look at this, despite having 37 shots, only 3 goals, whereas their 27 is good enough to have 22, or sorry, their 27 shots is good enough to have 5 goals for them. So an unfortunate end to what was otherwise a pretty decent season. 4th place in the regular season. We do not have any trouble having regular season success. We always, however, falter in that postseason. So I'll stay on board with you guys here as we get through the second round. Just a couple of days, and then perhaps the round might be over, but not yet. Hang on. Okay, Calgary beats Edmonton out there, but okay, Carolina and Ottawa is going to a Game 7 here, boys. And who will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals? It's the Ottawa Senators. As a Sens fan, that puts a slight smile on my face, despite the tough playoff run for us. But also, the Elite Eight is nothing to sneeze at out there. I'm gonna go a few days here just to try to advance 3 or 4 games or so. Okay, so Calgary is up 2-1 over the Avs, and out in the East, yikes, Detroit is up 3-0 over the Sens. Come on, Sens! Come on, boys! 3-1 for Calgary, and out in the West, oh my gosh, and Ottawa is back 3-2 now. The Sens have crawled their way back into the series. Calgary, though, is off to the next round, so it's just this last series here. And was that a game? No, it was not. Okay, hang on, let me do the scouts. All right, I'm back on board with you guys here. Let's see what happens in the East, and it's Detroit and Calgary taking the stage here in the Stanley Cup Final. So let's see who has a good run. Detroit up 1-0. Detroit up 2-0. Are they going to go up 3-0 like they did in the Eastern Conference Finals? Yes, they will. Can they put it away this time? Oh my goodness. And Detroit sweeps the Stanley Cup Finals, boys. That is absolutely crazy stuff out there. Now, I'm just going to simulate to the draft, and we will see the retirements and all that jazz. Salary cap, is up to $101 million. The draft lottery results here. We don't have a first. We don't have a third. We don't have a first or a third. We have a second, and I think that's pretty much it. A second, a fourth, a fifth, and 2 sevenths or something like that. So it's going to be an interesting draft. There's a couple of people that I definitely want to look at. And Patrick Kane, what a career from Patrick Kane. 77 overall, but look at this. His shooting is still 4 stars, his sense is 3.5, and his puck skills 4 stars. I mean, this guy he could still play a little bit here if he wanted to. He only had he had 36 points in 69 games in the NHL. It's not crazy. It's not horrible is what I mean, right? Patrick Kane, amazing career, obviously, and he's going out with his former teammate Artemi Panarin as well. Panarin, 1,298 points in 1,164 games. Patrick Kane had 1,700 points, insane numbers from him. Jonathan Huberdeau with 800 assists, 1,179 points. Great career from him. Braden Shen with 976 points. Matt Duchene goes out. Evander Kane with the Oilers, he falls in that second round alongside of us. Tyler Toffoli, 880 points. Nazem Kadri, Brock Nelson out here. Any Winnipeg Jets or former Winnipeg Jets? Morgan Rielly, wow, at 85 overall. Morgan Rielly goes out with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I guess just disappointed in all the first round exits, huh? What does the Maple Leafs history look like? So first round exit, second round exit, maybe third round exit, first round exit, second round exit, first round exit, first round. Oh man, that's tough career for Morgan Rielly, but a great one though. 770 points is nothing to sneeze at for a defenseman at all. Alex Pietrangelo goes out. Tom Wilson, Jean-Gabriel Pageau, Kyle Palmieri, Charlie Coyle. A lot of legends here going out. Boone Jenner, former Winnipeg Jet for a season and a half, 2 seasons, something like that. He was with us in just the trade deadline, and then we let him walk. Yeah, okay. And then he flipped a little bit here over to Dallas for a couple of seasons before becoming a free agent, but still decent defense, 3-star defense, but just can't skate to save his life. Jakob Slavin, Connor Brown, Devon Taves, Jason Zucker, Philippe Danault. Any other? Jacob Trouba, former Winnipeg Jet. with us a couple of years ago. Still an 80 overall as well. Yeah, last year he was with us, 8 points plus 5. He was okay. Didn't really help the playoff run too much, but still, we have great respect for him. Vladislav Nemesnikov, a current Winnipeg Jet in the real world. He was a Winnipeg Jet and when we started the series, but we got rid of him because of his salary cap. Nick Paul, Cody Ceci, Radek Fox. Okay, all these guys down here. I don't recognize any other Jets. Josh Minson, no, not a Winnipeg Jet. Okay, cool. Goaltenders now. Sergei Bobrovsky goes out. Frederik Andersen, Laurent Brossoit. Oh my gosh, Winnipeg Jet legend in our this universe here. 12 games with us here. 25 games, 910 save percentage, 2.99 goals against average. That's big. He was also with us here, 909 save percentage, 2.93, 929 save percentage, 2.13. I mean, he was a great backup goalie for the first 3 years of our organization. Came back a little bit as well before leaving in Philly. Man, what a career for Laurent Brossoit. And he was a great backup goaltender to what's his name? Connor Hellebuck here. I do not see Hellebuck has retired either, which is, good and bad. Obviously, we, means that that our cap space doesn't get freed up or anything like that. We do not have any retirements, so there you go. Those were the retirement screens. I hope that I got to show you guys everybody who interests you. Coach retirements. Do I see anything for Winnipeg? Yes, I do. Isaac Draper. I believe that's like an assistant or an associate coach, not our head coach. So that at least is a plus. Now, before we end this one, I'll show you guys some draft, some scout targets, but I'll also show you the awards this year. President's Trophy to Colorado. It was Calgary versus Detroit in the Stanley Cup Finals. And here we go. Did Matt Svensson win that Calder Trophy? Matthews with the Art Ross. Hart Memorial to Cale Makar. Norris to Cale Makar. Lady Bing to Cale. I mean, this guy's just raking it up out here. Calder to Matt Svensson. All right, we will take that at least. Conn Smythe to Dylan Larkin. There you go, Red Wings fans. And yeah, it was actually last year. Wow, yeah. So last year they make the St. Louis Blues and Jaden Allman make the run to the Stanley Cup Finals. 3 years ago, it was Cole Perfetti. So Jaden Allman, man, he was tearing it up against us, but we find a way past him, luckily. Vezina goes to Sorokin for the second time in 3 years. The Jennings also to Sorokin for the second time in 4 years over there. Bill Masterton to Jimmy Alexiak. Jack Adams to the coach of the Washington Capitals. Again, I remember Adam Webb was a huge coach for the Capitals. He won multiple Jack Adams awards. Selke to Jack Hughes. That's a rare one. I usually never see that. Ted Lindsay to Cale Makar as well. And Maurice Richard to Austin Matthews for the second time in as many years. Those are the NHL awards, boys. Should we take a look at player stats for the playoffs? Why the heck not? So our playoff stats: Kyle Connor showed up in the playoffs, 13 points in 11 games. Cole Perfetti also kind of showed up, and he's gotten 2 new X Factors as well, so that deal is really looking good now. Born leader, close quarters, and skilled up as well, so instead of just that wheels that he had before. Josh Morrissey with 9 in 11. Elliot Patrick with 8 points, 7 goals in 11 games playing third line time. That is massive. He had a 18% shooting percentage as well. Huge stuff. Nikolai Ehlers had 8 points. Matt Svensson had 8 points. Philip Tomasino had 8 points. Gabriel Velarde had 7. Shane Pinto had 6. Again, these Gabriel Velarde. No, that's fine for Gabriel Velarde. Shane Pinto with 6. That's pretty good. Liam Carlson with 5 is decent. Where's Zach Werenski? Melvin Barker disappointing with 4 points, but he has an X Factor, boys, and he's up to an 86 overall with an X Factor. So next year the simulation is going to be that much better. That is huge. Essa Lindell, 3 points. Dylan Hall. Where is Zach Werenski? Disappointing run from Zach Werenski here. He's on board for another 2 years at 7.8 mil. Oof, maybe next year if he performs like this again, we think about trading. I don't know. Disappointing from him. Joel Shepard, again, defensive defenseman, but did he get an X Factor or did he always have 4? I feel like did he always have 5? Sorry, I thought he had 3 or 4. Nah, maybe he didn't get one. I don't know. Mats Dahl, 2 points, 0. That's fine. He's a defensive defenseman, but he's not growing, which is the bad thing, right? Mats Dahl. Alexei Protas, in 3 games, he had 2 points plus 1. Where is? Oh man, the fact that I don't see Mark Scheifele is a little bit worrisome because I think it means that he's in the AHL system. Oh, this is showing me the entire league. Yeah, because we didn't make the playoffs, of course. Okay, let's go to the NHL and let's just search by all skaters. And let's see who did what. So Dylan Larkin, 30 points in 20 games, plus 15, playing alongside of Lucas Raymond and Jack Quinn, most likely. That's an insane line. No, he was not, actually. Jack Quinn only had 12 minutes time on ice, and he had 21 points. That's nuts. Tim Stützle in 20 games had 21 points. Good for him. Mikko Rantanen had 20 points in 16 games. Craziness. DeBrincat, my good buddy, had 20 points in 20 games played, and he was probably on that first line with them. So nice to see DeBrincat get his flowers there, simulating point per game. Matt Coronado for the Flames, Connor McDavid, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Wow, this Detroit team's actually pretty good here. Draisaitl, Tanner Howe has grown to a 90 overall sniper. Crazy stuff, but he only has 4 goals as a sniper. Nice. Thomas Novak had 18 points in 16 games. This guy's a freaking legend for the Colorado Avalanche. He was doing God's work when Nathan McKinnon was injured. I'm seeing a lot of Detroit Red Wings here. Alex Ranford, this was a high pick, right? Yeah, second overall in 2025. Sniper, 5-star shooting, 97 accuracy. Only with 7 goals, but 16 points, not bad whatsoever. And looking at goaltenders now, let's take a look at our goalies as well. Sebastian Cossa wins 15 games. Dustin Wolf wins 12. Any crazy numbers here? I mean, Cossa 918 save percentage, of course. Our good buddy Jet Greaves goes to Ottawa, and he has a crazy year. 908 save percentage, 3.11. Actually, it's not great in the regular season by any means. He basically had the same record that he did with us, but he had slightly worse numbers in the regular season. But in the playoffs, of course, he turns it on. He goes crazy for us. Actually, he was great for us as well. But he was just demanding too much money, right? 910, 2.86. So he's regressed, and they're paying him what, five mil? Yeah, we didn't have that to pay. Logan Thompson had a great playoff run, although Jesper Wallstedt is not really doing great for us either. We would have loved to see a 910 save percentage in our playoff run. So who the heck am I to say, right? Gustafsson, Jesper Wallstedt, 872 save percentage. I mean, it's not even close. Let's see. Let's sort by. No, we can't do 10 games. Let's sort by what, 5 games. Goalies who played 5 games or more, and let's go save percentage. It's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst. 8 games, 3-3-2, 872 save percentage. We just didn't get goaltending, boys. I mean, I hate to blame our goaltending, but we did not get goaltending. 5.6 mil for the next 2 years. Yikes. That's pretty tragic out here. Let's sort by what am I doing? Let's sort by wins. And anybody else that we know and love. Although I do want to check on some players here also. There's a couple of players in the regular season that we traded away that I did not check up on, but I think it would be fun to take a look at them. The season's over. I gotta fill some time here anyway. So first up is, no, we didn't trade anybody to Buffalo. It was Dallas, right? Dallas. Let's take a look. Robertson, Hintz, Barrett Hayton, Alex Texe, Sonny Milano, Logan Stankoven, Chaz Lucius. Oh man, playing 14 minutes a night, only 41 points for them. It's the same as his basically his rookie season here. Yeah, I think we moved on from Chaz Lucius at the correct time. He was a minus 19, 24 penalty minutes. I think we moved on from at the right time, man. Only playing 14 minutes a night. With us, he was playing 16 or so minutes on average. He does still like to hit a lot, but not a great season from our good buddy Chaz Lucius. And then we also gave him some prospects, right? So I just wanted to see Chaz there. And we took a look at Jet Greaves already. Nobody else was here. Rasmus Kupari, former Winnipeg Jet. Love that. He's here in Dallas. I don't think we traded him anybody else, so oof. All right, I think that's going to do it for this one. I'll just show you guys the draft class here. But first, let's take a look at the draft board so you guys know exactly where we are picking. We have pick, what is this? Round 2, pick 25 is 57th pick. Then we have a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick, and a 7th round pick. So in our 2nd round pick, I think there's a couple of options here that we can go for. We can go for potential, or we can go for NHL ETA, because there is an NHL ready player around 40 or so. So I'd be willing to trade up for him. I'll show you guys all the first round in a second here, but I really want to get this guy off my chest. Is it Eric? Yeah, it's Eric Dodge. Two-way forward, right? So not crazy, but we have a lot of snipers already. We have Matt Svensson, the playmaker. We have Melvin Barker, the sniper. Elliot Patrick, the sniper, right? We don't have a two-way forward, and he's a center as well. So I'm just going to pin him right now. We don't have to go for him, but at number 40, we could try to trade up and pick him up. There's also Kirk Metropolit here, who I will pin. He's a right-handed defensive defenseman, so maybe somebody for maybe somebody for Liam Carlson of the future, though we do have Joel Shepard, so probably not as important there. Other than that, just to show you guys some second round options up here. Should I go? Yeah, I'll sort by this, I suppose, just showing you guys the overall players. I would just tell you guys to assume that these guys are pretty much all 3 years away. Here's an offensive defenseman, Rick McKenna, but with 2 offensive defensemen already, we don't really need those guys. Goaltender, starter, yeah, and then we get to the medium top 9 forwards, medium top 6 defensemen, low top 6 forward, sniper here, not really anything crazy, medium elite butterfly goalie, but again, so that's what the second round looks like. I'll show you guys the first round now, but I just wanted to show you because we pick in the second round, right? So better to show you there than trade up for. We're not trading up for number 1 most likely. We don't really have the value for it right now, although we could trade Melvin Barker, but he just grew to an 86. No reason to really do that in my opinion. So number 1 overall is going to be Cal Alvstad, the Swedish two-way forward. He's 18, 6'2". Looking pretty good. He's got 30 points in 51 games in the A+ league, so that's pretty good. Then Josh Schneider, the Snyder Cut, is coming to the NHL, close quarters and relentless. He's a power forward, so he's going to shoot like a madman. Next up, Blake Von Arx. What a name, Blake Von Arx. I don't know if he has a great overall. He's probably like a 78 probably, because he has that B physical. Yeah, it's probably like a 78, but still, he has a great name, and he's a sniper, so he'll probably be a great player. Tumo Nautanen, a playmaker, NHL ready, and he might have It's Tricky. A bit of a shot on that one, I think. Samu Pessinen, another Finn here, sniper as well, so he'll shoot that puck similar to Michel Goulet, and he's got some X factors, so anybody's going to be happy to pick in the top 5 essentially. Although look at this, the scouting rank has the number 1 pick going 5. That's kind of interesting actually. 4-bar scouting, it has the number 1 pick being the scouts suggest that we pick this guy number 1, and he is the CS ranking of 5. That usually never, ever happens. Same thing with Nautanen. So our scouts out here in Liga love these 2 players. Interesting. After that, let's just sort by NHL readiness. So Ashton Lynn is a power forward. He's NHL ready. Then we have Caden Tongrady, an offensive defenseman, NHL ready. Don't want him. Two-way forward, NHL ready here. Offensive defenseman, he's NHL ready with some what's his X factor? Stick him up. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. Two-way defenseman, he's 1 year away. Okay. Did we get to the 1 year away type guys now? This guy's a playmaker. He's NHL ready. Wow, NHL ready as well for this two-way defenseman. So everybody's NHL ready up here. 1 year away, 2 years, 2 years. Okay. Then we get to the guys who are a little bit further away. But still, let me show you their player types in case you're interested. A lot of two-way forwards, a lot of power forwards. Some offensive defensemen here later on in the series. As you go further, the generated prospects here get a little bit more wonky. Low elite NHL ready cycle pinch two-way defenseman. Ooh boy, I'll pin him. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that with the value, but I will pin him. He seems amazing. Low elite NHL ready. He's probably like 77 overall, but he played 1 year in the AHL. Then get up to the NHL instantly. That could be crazy. Okay. And then I showed you guys the second round here. We're now into the second round. Medium top 6 snipers. 1 year away with stick 'em up. What the heck for a sniper? May not have that. And then the guys who I showed you down here. All these other guys, I'm going to check and see. That guy was 1 year away, but nobody else is close to being ready, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So those are all the guys there, but now we'll sort by potential, and we see some goalies going. Okay, a playmaker here, Brock Sparks, 95th overall. Be sure to pick him up. Then, other than that, nothing really, huh? Some low elite players at 192 and 212 and 216. The grinder, nice. I love those grinders. Dane Brookbank, 17 years old, grinder, 5 years away. Yeah, of course, these guys are all gonna be 5 years away, pretty much. This guy's 3 years away, but again, he's at 41, so take all that with a grain of salt, boys. And I think that might be it. Let's take a look at goalies real quick, just because we gave away quite a few goalies to make some trades happen, because to retroactively change some stuff. But all these goalies in the second round, I'd much prefer a goalie in like the seventh round who's medium elite. Yeah, I mean, like this guy here, Torsten Gunderson, medium elite, 174th. We could try to pick him up as well. He's 20 years old, but he's gonna have some value. And at 174, he's going to have basically the best value that we can ask for. Nobody else is in that elite class. So that is going to do it for the draft portion. Now on to progress reports. And I want to see some good stuff from these guys here. Sorting by modifications. Matt Svensson up to an 86 overall. Natural growth and statistical from Matt Svensson. That's huge stuff. Melvin Barker also up to an 86 overall. So these two guys now playing on the first and second line. They are looking like an absolute unit. Melvin Barker with 1T. Matt Svensson has not gotten any X factors yet, but still the future looking bright here. Cole Perfetti. He's also grown statistically. He's not starting to drop off yet. He's only 28. He's still got another 3 or 4 good years in him, and he's an 89 overall. Nikolai Ehlers is up to an 88 temporarily with great statistical growth, and he has not dropped off in natural growth either. That's big. Elliot Patrick is an 82 overall. So all these guys are growing, man. All these guys are growing up here. Liam Carlson, only 80 overall. Wow, wasn't he an 81? Yeah, he's seen some minuses in statistical growth, but he should shoot right back up for the next season, hopefully. Zach Werenski grew statistically, even though he had a worse statistical season than Liam Carlson. Makes absolutely no sense, but whatever. Josh Morrissey, yeah, he's grown statistically still, but he's going to start to fall off at 35 years old. Kyle Connor, I don't like to see that it's red. Where is he dropping? Kyle Connor is starting to drop, all right. So we got to keep that in mind for his next contract. Kyle Connor is starting to drop. Esa Lindell having a little bit of statistical drop-off. He's probably not going to come back. Philip Tomasino, only 84 overall now. He dropped to an 84 with low statistical growth, probably because of the regular season, but his playoff performance was something to be admired. Joel Shepard, he grew a little bit naturally. Jesper Wallstedt, I don't want to see... Okay, natural growth. A little bit of natural growth for Jesper Wallstedt in poise, because he actually made it to the Stanley Cup playoffs for once. And then Matt Stahl's poise also went up a little bit. Other than that, nothing else in the system. Or sorry, in the NHL. In the system, however, we have Maurice Jacques, I believe he's a sniper, medium top 6, 64 overall. Okay, Thomas Ekman-Larsson up to a 68 overall, but at 22, he's probably going to have to get traded here. Alex Hatcher, kind of same deal. Brody DeMarchi, medium elite, 69 overall, 19. That's good overall and age. Mark Scheifele down to a 77 overall. This guy, he's done, boys. He's done in the NHL. We'll probably, I don't even know if we'll be able to trade him because his contract's going to be so horrible. Here's Alexei Kinnis, our second round pick last year, I believe. He's up 17 points. Robidas up 16 points, even though he only played 2 games. Eric Dowd is up 16 points. Clifford Riley, our medium league goalie, up 15 points. Nice. The Targaryen, he's up to 68 overall. I'm gonna try to get him into the NHL at some point if I can. Logan O'Connor's down, whatever. Rocky Bowmick, he's a 65 overall now, and he's only 19, and he's medium elite. Holy cow, let's go Rocky. Keep that moving, my friend. Brendan Coe now is 78 overall for Brendan Coe, who is dropping off heavily statistically. Might not be coming back. Stefan Kreitzer, he's taken a little bit to grow, but he's a 71 overall at 20 years old. Potential NHL player, and nobody else really getting any growth. What about goalies? Yeah, Clifford Riley, and then all these guys down here not getting growth. That's fine. Okay, did we get anything from Cale Crab? No, we didn't. So we're going to have to sign Gale and try to get him onto the team here. 19 years old. He'll play a couple of seasons in the AHL and then hopefully maybe be able to make that jump. Sorry, boys, my throat. I got to grab some water here, some H2O. But I'm going to push through. I'm almost done this video here. Any expiring contracts? Esa Lindell not coming back. Dylan Holloway, he can come back for like, yeah, it's fine with me. Like a 1 year, $1 million type deal. Protus can come back if he wants to, kind of the same type of thing. And then everybody else, yeah, not worried about any of these other guys. We have $4 million of cap space. We don't have to re-sign any of the goalies. All that stuff is taken care of, boys. Woo! Oh my gosh, my voice is going crazy. Let's go pending free agents. Real quick here, Tanner Howe, but he's an RFA. Can we see UFAs only? No, we can't. Okay. So Howe, Ranford, Anton Lundell could be out here. Interesting pickup with Florida, plus 11, kind of a 50, 60 point guy. Jaden Almond might be an RFA as well. But again, we don't really need any of these huge guys, and we only have $4 million to spend, so just keep your mind on that. Only $4 million, so we've got to use that well. I'm just gonna kind of drop through here and show you guys some players, and maybe we can go after any of these guys. If any of these guys kind of light a fire under you, or ring a bell in your head to say, yeah, maybe we need that on the roster, then maybe we can go for something like that. Okay, enough of that stuff. But in saying that, what would we even need on this team? I mean, our forwards looking great. Kyle Connor, Cole Perfetti, Melvin Barker. Melvin Barker now 86 overall, so that's crazy. Now, Nikolai Ehlers with Matt Svensson, Gabriel Velarde. I mean, Svensson now an 86 overall, so that second line's looking great. Third line of Philip Tomasino, Elliot Patrick, and Shane Pinto. Tomasino 84 dropped, but Elliot Patrick had an 82. Now with, what's his shooting look like? Has it gone up? I mean, it might have gone up a little bit, so Elliot Patrick maybe going to be a little bit simulating a bit better. And then all we need is really a fourth line. Unless we want to take a risk and try to pick somebody up in free agency, but I don't know who it would be. Maybe because Barker is making 1.67 mil, we can go like Kyle Connor, Cole Perfetti, and then somebody else on the first line. Our second line could be Barker, Svensson, Velarde, and then Nikolai Ehlers goes to the third line with Tomasino and Patrick, or Pinto and Patrick or something. Tomasino to the fourth. I don't know. I do not know. Our goaltending situation, I think, is fine how it is. Again, we have these guys for one more year after this one. Connor Hellebuck, he was a great goalie for us. Obviously, career Winnipeg Jet here. And he had a great season last year, too. It's not like he's just riding the bench. 915 save percentage, 2.54 goals against average is great. So for a backup goalie, I would gladly take that. We just need Jesper Wallstedt to get some more playoff experience, because what was he in the playoffs? A 872 save percentage? That is not going to be good enough for me. So, boys, I think I've stretched it out as long as I possibly can. I've showed you the draft class. I've showed you the retirements. I've showed you the progress reports, the awards, some player stats of people that we've traded away, things like that. My voice is going, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one, despite it being a second round exit. It's not the end of the world. We've built on last season. New videos come out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out, everybody.